If you want to feel better after a breakup, if you are going through a difficult breakup, watch this video. In this video, I'm going to explain the concept of time distortion. And if it's the first time you watch one of my videos, welcome. My name is Alexis. I'm a relationship counselor. And as a counselor, I know well enough that change, that growth starts with understanding how we function. So very often, I spend not all of my time in sessions, but I spend a lot of time explaining to my clients how they function, how their minds function, how their brain function, how we operate internally. Because when we better understand how we function, we can make better decisions. We can also detach ourselves from those emotions, from those feelings that are usually very negative and are preventing us from moving forward.
IGetMyExPack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
So first of all, after a breakup, it feels like the world is falling apart. We feel that everything that we had, everything that we took for granted is gone, right? And that creates a shock, intense emotion. I often refer breakups as one of the worst experiences that people can experience in their life. And we feel sometimes restless, we feel depressed. Very often people call me because they can't work, they can't go to work, they have to have sick days and so on and so forth, and they are not able to function because of this. Also this element of being stuck, and this is very important in this concept of time distortion. The idea that this emotional state is there forever because the breakup seems definitive, and therefore the pain that I'm feeling right now is definitive. Let me explain. Your world, your reality, what you experience, your reality is really, especially after a breakup, is really driven by how you feel. And your notion of time has changed. Right? Time is part of our reality. What scientists have pointed out in terms of time is attentional focus. When we are depressed, when we are sad, we tend to focus our attention on pain. And pain demands a lot of attention. And so we have our emotional bandwidth, our cognitive bandwidth, focusing on pain, right? Another way of seeing it is when you enjoy doing something, when you're in the flow, time flies. You don't see time going. So it's the opposite when we are experiencing difficult things, such as grieving someone or a relationship. We feel stuck. I'll explain how we can get unstuck. Also, a form of agony. I'll explain it after. Bear with me. Not only you suffer, but you feel that you can't control things. Feelings, emotions are things we can't control, right? And that's the problem we have in today's life, in our society, is we either don't pay attention to our emotions and our feelings, or we let those emotions or feelings decide our reality. The answer is in between. The answer is finding the balance. And that's why now mindfulness is so popular. That's why a lot of people who are not necessarily depressed have a therapist, higher up psychologist to understand how to be in tune with those elements that are unconscious. When we break up with someone, whether we are the dumpy or the dumper, there's an element of rumination. There's an element of not reflection, but rumination. What if I did that? What if I the should have, could have of the post-breakup? And that keeps us stuck, right? And when we are stuck and we move slowly, we feel time is going slowly. There's another element that neuroscientists studied is the temporal disintegration. Is the idea that, and they studied that quite a lot, that depressed people have a distortion of time because of their emotional state. So they've done experiments and they really asked them, how long they felt this experience was, and usually depressed people, they feel longer time. They feel that their sense of time differs. That's why breakups can be difficult, because not only we suffer, but we feel this will be like this forever, and we feel we are not able to function properly. Right? We are in kind of in a movie where everything is in slow-mo type of thing. Let me know in the comment section if you feel this way, but I'm pretty sure that's relevant, that's your experience. So the danger is that we feel, because of those feelings, and because we feel stuck, that any day that goes by without talking with them, without talking with our ex, they will leave. We create a sense of urgency, right? Because it's so hard, because I feel stuck, I need to get back with them as soon as possible. I need to talk with them as soon as possible. And we feel that this pain will be intense unless we break the contact, unless we speak with them, right? And very often, and that happens with people who have depression, is that they feel this emotional state is the new reality. That's their life. That's what will define them. And it's very hard to change this. It's very hard to change this new reality. And we feel like I was someone else before, and now that we broke up, this is my new self, and that's there. And that I can't change anything about that. And the reason we feel we can't change about this new person is because of those unconscious drivers that I discussed before. So how to change this? First of all, learn about belief system. What determines your reality, your experiences, feelings, but also belief system about relationship, about self-worth, about confidence. So it's very important for you, if you feel stuck, to explore this, whether you're doing it with a coach, with a therapist, with a psychologist, whoever, but it's very important for you to explore these things. Learn about emotional regulation. So for example, my business partner, Elizabeth, he's a certified DBT therapist, and she helps a lot of my clients to learn techniques to self-regulate their emotions, to basically feel better and not being stuck. And so it's very much a mechanical thing. It's not kind of faking it till you make it, but it's really about learning how you can physiologically feel better. So there's a psychological element and there's a physiological element. One thing that can also affect this is the environment, and obviously going no contact is an element that can help you, because when you're in touch with your ex, you create a form of, again, the time distortion is because when you talk with them, when you want to engage with them, they usually don't have the same energy, they don't have the same intention, and that makes you feel that you're still stuck, that makes you feel that there's no way out. When you go no contact, you can work on, with your therapist, you can work on emotional regulation, right? Another element that can help you is to understand that your ex is on another timeline, right? And that's the problem. When you communicate with your ex too early after the breakup, they're not in the same timeline. You can't connect with them. They don't see the life the same way you see life. For them, time flies. You might not want to hear this, but that's what happens. For them, they enjoy this moment. Not that they enjoy making you suffer or seeing you sad, but they enjoy it because probably this decision was there for a while, and now they finally get to experience this life that they assume would be better without you. And there's always this element of release, pressure and release after the breakup. And as I said, the motivation to get it done. Usually this is short-lived. When there's a lot of pressure and the pressure is released, that doesn't last very long, right? It's physics. And so what happens is things will reverse. If you've respected their bubble, if you've worked on those things, the emotional regulation, understanding your attachment style, understanding your belief system, they will experience at some stage another reality. Life without you. That's the case if your relationship was strong, if you had strong foundation, and if you're not sure whether your relationship was strong, I put together a free quiz for you to know if you have any chance of getting back with your ex. Check on the description, it's totally free and it takes 3 minutes to complete. Very quickly, they will feel the loneliness. They will feel they won't be able to share things with you. the things that they enjoyed 6 months before the breakup, for instance. But now they can't have them. They can't have you. So they can't have the release of the relationship and being with you. And that's why it's important to be in the contact, because otherwise you create a reality for your ex where they can have the cake and eat it. Right now, they have to decide whether it's you and everything that comes with you, whether it's a new reality. When I say when everything that comes with you, there's an element of change. They will get back with you if you also change some aspect of your life, if you work at being more secure, for example. Sorry, it's not about changing who you are, but really being more secure, having less insecurities, for instance. So when you communicate with them, your needs, your expectations will differ. You're the same person, right? So when that happens, they will rush. They will feel a sense of urgency. It's very funny because usually there's like, when I work with my clients, I feel like, damn, it's like, oh, it's going nowhere. And at some stage, we feel, so when we are in touch on WhatsApp, so I have clients on WhatsApp as well, and we share screenshots, and we have I coach them on what to send, what to reply, etc. And when we decide to break the contact and start conversing with their partner, very often we see a sense of urgency. We see that their ex completely shifted. They're another person, the same way you felt that sense of urgency right after the breakup. So remember, how you feel is temporary. Soon enough, your ex will feel the loss. Now, what you have to do right now is to pay attention to the positive stimuli of your life. Right now, the depression, the negative emotions will overwhelm your bandwidth, your emotional, your cognitive bandwidth. So it's important to pay attention to positive stimuli. So what to do? Surround yourself with positive people. Speak with a therapist. Do things that you enjoy. Don't stay at home doing nothing. You might not feel like it, but do something will really be active, will really forces you to pay attention to positive things in your life. And I always forget to say that, but if you want to learn more about how you feel, how to feel better after a breakup, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.